Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is Lisa Benson from Benson's Boas. And today I have with me Dylan, the Dumeril's boa. Dumeril's boas are a really wonderful species, and they're from Madagascar. They are an old world boa, contrary to most of the boas that we have here, which are considered New World boas. Dumeril's boas are from Madagascar, not South America, or Central America. So those are the New World boas, which are from the Americas, and the Old World boas are from areas like Madagascar, Africa, those areas. So you can see the Dumeril's boa has an amazing pattern. They're really just stunning to look at. They're also, you can see they're built a little bit differently. They're a thick boa. They have a short, stubby tail, you see? And they have an amazing pattern along their sides. It almost looks like doll faces. And then they have just an incredible, very cool head. Look at the amazing pattern on his head. It makes him look mean, but believe it or not, Dumeril's boas are the most docile, wonderful boas. They're almost puppy dog tame. Very, very wonderful boas for a beginner. The one thing I'd caution about is they can be a fairly large, strong boa, and they also can have a pretty good feeding response. So it's a boa you do want to tap train, which I've talked about in another video I did, and I'll put a link to that. But you don't want to get them confused about whether you're there to handle them or to feed them, because when they go to hit their prey, they hit it pretty hard and they can leave you with a pretty good bruise. This guy did do that to me unintentionally once, and I've tap trained him, and I use a hook now every time I go to get him out, just to tap him and let him know that I'm there to get him out, not to feed him, and we are doing great. So he's close to full grown. This guy was born in 2020, and he is close to full grown. So you can see he's not massively long. I would say he's probably about 4 feet, and I think he's probably close to full grown. So he's not a huge boa, but he's pretty heavy. He's probably close to 2 kilograms. And they have a pretty slow metabolism, so it's easy to overfeed these guys. They always want to eat. Easy to overfeed these guys, so you have to be careful not to do that and get them too heavy. But one of the things I wanted to talk about with them is starting them on food. Dumeril's boas can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes they're a little soft to start on food, and let me talk about what I mean by that. This guy, when I first got him, he had been eating for the person I got him from. But when I got him here, he was what I'd consider a soft eater. And the previous owner had told me that he didn't like mice at all, that he would only eat rats. So I didn't try him on mice, so I tried him on rats. He was of the size then that I tried him on, I think I was trying him on weaned rats at that time. And he just did not want to have anything to do with them. So after talking with people about it, one of the things that was suggested was that Dumeril's boas absolutely love quail, which it turns out to be the way to go. So I got some frozen baby quail, like, chicks, tiny little frozen chicks. And he absolutely just scarfed it right up. I mean, it was like candy. There was no hesitation. I mean, he went for it and there was no hesitation. So I'm like, great, this is going to be the key. Now, of course, chicks don't have a ton of meat on them. So, eventually I knew I was going to have to convert him onto something else. And I'll warn you, this isn't pleasant. So if you're eating, you might want to think about watching this some other time. But when boas poo, after they've eaten chicks, it does not smell good. So the process of trying to convert him from chicks to rats, that's what I'm going to talk about now, because it wasn't really easy. And so I had to do this process that I called it shake and bake, because what I did was gradually have to convince him that the rats were actually quail. So I started off by trying to just scent the rats. And I did that by putting the quail into a plastic bag when I was defrosting the rats and kind of shaking it around. And so the rats had the scent of quail on them. But that wasn't enough for my Dylan here. He's like, nah, I'm turning up my nose at those. So he just rejected that. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to get a little more clever with this. And I actually ended up taking a part of the quail. In this case, I used wings. I took a part of the quail and I put it into the rat. So this is kind of Frankensteinish. And again, if it's a little graphic, I apologize, but it really worked. I took a piece of the quail, the wing, and I put it into the rat's mouth. And of course, the rat is frozen thawed, and it's thawed at this point. So and the quail was frozen thawed as well. So I'm not harming a live animal. But I put the quail wing into the rat's mouth, and that was enough to fool him into eating the rat. So I'm like, cool, so this is going to work. Try it again with the rat. Nope, no quail. So then I'm like, okay, what if I give him a little quail appetizer and then give him a rat? So that did the trick. So I gave him a quail wing and then very abruptly gave him a rat immediately after, and he went for it. So that's what I did for the next couple feedings. And the next time I went to feed him after that, he took the rat. And ever since then, he has been a wonderful feeder. He takes his rats, no problem. At this point, this guy eats medium rats every 3 weeks. Never had a problem. He's a great eater. He's very polite about it too. He's not one of my feeders that, is absolutely wild. He takes it very nicely. So the Dumeril's boa, I thought I'd mention that feeding trick. If you want to try it out, if any of you have a problem getting started, quail does the trick every time. Benson boas, Lisa, see you next time. Bye.